This morning, the 25th of March 2024. Of course, it is City Standard and Michael Adekunle. We are right here again this morning, to bring out our informations we have in the country to dish it out raw. All right, my respondents are always with me at the stand, and they're already here this morning to dissect important issues with us. I mean, every one of us, both the viewers and some of our colleagues here, every one of us. All right, we need to say thank you to all the viewers on this platform for staying glued to this channel. We appreciate you. To those who always comment on the platform, we say thank you. May God bless you all. Honestly, we really appreciate you. We can't appreciate you enough, but we need to just continue to appreciate you for a job well done, for supporting us and showing us love on the platform. All right, it's the 25th of March 2025. Like I said earlier on, we are reaching you live all the way from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, Oba, News 10. We are saying welcome to the program this morning. You can comment your opinions in the comment section. We'll be ready to read your views concerning what we'll be discussing this morning. And what are we saying this morning? What are we discussing? What's on papers this morning? We have politics, dominating all the newspapers this morning, which we'll be looking into. What are the likes of Bishop Kukah, Obi, that's the presidential flag bearer of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, and the former president of the country, Olusegun Obasanjo. What are they saying concerning democracy in Nigeria? Looking at what Obi said yesterday, democracy has been knocked out. Yeah, that's what Obi said. And Obasanjo also said democracy is not working in Nigeria as well as Africa. Why are they saying this? Is democracy failing under the watch of President Tinubu? What's prompting all the statements from these politicians in the country? Don't forget that the coalition against President Tinubu is still ongoing. As we have it here, right there, article would be Erufai teaming up. Oh, we've not made their stance on it, but they are working together to see how the coalition is going to work. Okay, don't forget as well that we said yesterday that Pat Utomi also is telling Nigerians to brace up for a mega coalition come June. All this together we'll be discussing this morning. Good morning to you, Namdi. Honestly, I know you're expecting Oyezi to be the first speaker this morning. I won't lie to you. Oyezi is here. He's already watching me behind the camera. He's going to be doing justice to what we have on papers this morning. And I promised him to give him more time because he complained yesterday. That he didn't give him much time to express himself. I didn't give him much time to analyze issues going on in the country, which I'm going to be doing this morning. And if you are going to be watching Oyeze this morning, please, just take it easy with him. I must be sincere with you. He called me privately. Said, Mike, you don't give me much time. I need time. Okay, no problem. I'll do that for Oyeze this morning. Already he's here. He came just 5 minutes after I got here. He's always an early bird on the platform. All right, quickly to Nigerian Tribune newspaper. This morning, very, very important headline here. Yeah. Before going to the Nigerian Tribune, let me quickly take from the Vanguard newspaper what these politicians are saying about democracy in Nigeria. Democracy not working in the country. You can see it on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. Democracy is not working in Nigeria. Who are the people saying this? Tambuwal, Obi, Obasanjo, and Kukah. Yeah, that was at the 60th birthday of Emeka Ihedioha, the former governor of Imo State, yesterday. Democracy is not working. That's what these politicians are saying. What may we know? We shall be looking at. We shall be asking ourselves or asking each other why it is not working in Nigeria. Did it start are failing under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, or it started with even the people that are talking about the failure of democracy in Nigeria. We shall be looking at all this together now, right on the front page of uh, the okay, from our sorry, the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. We have Peter Obi here. Right, you can see it. Peter Obi is here. We have the former president of the country, Olusegun Obasanjo. We have Emeka here. There, I think his election was nullified. Yeah, he won the election there, and it was later nullified, which the court gave a verdict that the Imo State, the current Imo State governor, that's Opuzodinma, uh, is become the governor of that state at that point in time. All right, we have Atiku Abubakar, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, right on the front page of this paper. Now to another story down the paper. 2027, finding alternative political party, our main order. Finding an alternative political party, our main order. Who is saying this? Anti Tinubu coalition. That's a coalition against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Finding alternative political party, our main order. Now to another one, showing revolves calls for access Tinubu's government for sorry, showing revolves calls to assess Tinubu's government. Don't forget that Olusegun at some point said after 1 year we'll start assessing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government. Now let's see how it's going to be on the side of the Nobel laureate Wale Soyinka. Don't forget that Nigerians have been criticizing this administration, saying that his policies, are too harsh. Yeah, policies of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu are too harsh. That's what Nigerians are saying. Now, quickly to another one. Tinubu flags off second Niger bridge access roads. Now to local government autonomy. Labour wants governors on implementation. You can see this on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. International Financial Center, Lagos government, LIFC signed MOU, that's Memorandum of Understanding, with City of UK FCDO. You can go to page 10 to see this. 12 inmates escape in Kogi jailbreak. You can go to page 7 to see more on the story. Now to Nigerian Tribune, like I said earlier on, 2027. Yeah, INEC article group differ over new party registration. You can see it on page 15 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Federal government orders probe into Kogi jailbreak. Page 26 is saying a lot about what transpired in Kogi State about the jailbreak. All right, Obasanjo and Kukah disagree on models of democracy. Anyoku, this is someone who Mr. Kunle has always talked about on the platform. Obasanjo, Ayoku Kukah disagree on models of democracy. Let's see what Bishop Kukah will be saying this morning on democracy in the country. Police detained 3 officers for alleged extortion from content creator in Lagos. And the last story I'll be reading here, Ifon, Ilobo, Adeleke visit conflict zones, orders distribution of food relief materials. Once perpetrators of violence prosecuted without any delay. You're welcome once more on the program. I'm Michael Adekunle, the anchor of the program. Like I told you earlier on, my respondents are here with me and they are ready to dissect issues with me this morning. Onyeze, good morning. You're welcome on the program.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning, viewers.
All right, all over the world, the global viewers are watching. Started gathering together to watch us this morning to see what is going on in the country and looking at the situation in the country now. We need to really talk about it. Oyeze is here with me, like I told you. That he said he needed much time yesterday, but he wasn't giving that time. But we were giving him much time to speak this morning. No problem.
It's good to be here.
It's good to be here. All right, let's quickly look at the comment section before proceeding into what we'll have this morning. Nuzi Nnamdi is here, all the way from Netherlands. He's watching us. He said good morning to you, Nnamdi Nuzi. You're welcome on the program. Ebona Tinsley, Madrid. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. we have others still on their way to join us this morning on the program. Wow, that was a very serious statement coming out of the mouth of these politicians in Nigeria, especially the former president of the country, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Democracy has failed in Nigeria. But is it true that it has really failed in Nigeria? Are they banking on what happened in River State or what?
Of course, what happened in River State is still fresh in our memories, and I don't think Nigerians are going to forget the rape of democracy in River State. Nigerians are not going to forget in a hurry. But in Nigeria here, you look at things from different perspectives, and you wonder how did Nigeria get to this point that people are beginning to question democracy in Nigeria. Obasanjo has made similar statement in the past, where he said democracy in Nigeria maybe it is not our model. Maybe we are supposed to look at another type of government, grown, bred, developed, researched, by Africans for Africans. That this democracy that we actually borrowed, or we seems to be imitating, is not transforming Africa.
It's not
And
transforming
yes, it's not bringing the required,
result.
result, dividend, leadership, And if you look at it very well, to an extent, I want to agree with Obasanjo on that regard, because Nigerians, the black man itself need to have something that at least that can easily work for him. I don't know why we don't, our researchers, our professors, our learned colleagues, as they want us to call them, have not been able to develop a type of democracy that will be modeled after African culture and tradition. This is what Fela was talking about. These are the things Fela was talking about. These are the philosophies that came with Abameda, but unfortunately, they just, ride on it that way and forget anything about it. But if it is truly, most of these things we are practicing, that go and check those who developed them, how long it took them, how it get to where we are now, how democracy become a system. It was somebody that sat down, and developed democracy as a system of government. Some of those guys now are not even alive now, but they are still running on it. So why is it that among all these things for decades now, Africa have not been decisive or have not come out and decided, okay, this democracy now, we have our own this thing now, we want to, let us even try it for 10 years, since this thing has created corruption, has created killing, has created insensitivity, has created lack of leadership, has in fact has made ordinary black man who is supposed to be show some level of leadership in all aspects of life. You remember that when they said that education, civilization started from Africa, you know what it means? It was the black people that was behind it. So how come that at this level where we are now, the black man has not been able to sit down, and be able to go into deep research like what the whites do, and come up with a policy, a system of government, that might not be called democracy, that can factor our own culture and tradition into it, and let us even maybe the world might come to embrace it. Because if you look at what is happening currently now, even globally, democracy is seen as a system that benefits the white man, the Europeans more than the blacks. The reason is very simple. It creates, because of the nature of a black man, or what they assume to be, because the black man wasn't like that. We are not seeing that integrity in leadership. We are not seeing some of these things that will say, okay, this democracy is actually, look at the entire Africa. Africa is rated with enormous wealth and resources as the most impoverished continent in the world. and we are talking about democracy. I think Obasanjo is trying to, instigate, rivals' opinions. Now look at this is and see maybe we can come up with something, different. That at least it can actually make Nigeria work. This is 64 years or 65 years. I know that it's more than that. According to the so-called independence, it's more than that. Nigeria has been existing before they came with their colonization agenda and balkanized everything and gave us something that we have been struggling up to this moment. But for me, I don't think that the issue is about how the leaders themselves are embarking on selfless service.
Since you said democracy is not working in Nigeria and Africa is well, should we create our own unique model of governance, or what are you trying to say? Should we just drop the Western democratic system and embrace our own? Like what I mean is that creating our own unique way of governance. Is that possible? Is that possible?
100% possible. The
Since democracy is not working,
yes,
I said it has favored the whites
more. We have the era where we talk about communism. We have the era of welfareism. We have the era of socialism. We have the era of federalism and capitalism and some of these things that have existed in the past. But it came to a point where they came up and developed this thing called democracy, and people see it as one of the best systems to bring people, to police people, to bring people together. So that was how people started, because to the research of it, it gives people a sense of belonging.
But are you thinking of, aren't you looking at the liberation we got through democracy?
We are looking at.
Aren't you looking at the liberation we got through democracy?
There's the
independence and all of that.
The democracy,
the freedom.
That's what I'm saying.
Expression.
Of course, of course. You can't tell me that if Africa are able to develop their own style, type of policy or a system of government, that there will not be freedom. That there will not be, a sense of belonging. There will not be, a form of a system that can carry. People can have express themselves. People can add value to whatever they believe. People can be part of governance. At the end of the day, the whole thing will still be factored in Africa, in that system of class of government that we think that can work. We must not name it democracy. You understand? Because when you talk about democracy, it looks as if it is not working in Nigeria, because it is centered on a circle of people who felt that they have hijacked power and there's nothing anybody can do. And they use it as a weapon of oppression and suppression, creating bigotry, nepotism, all manner of, social crime. You understand what I'm saying? So if you look at, that's why sometimes we make references to some of these great men who came from a different background and championed their own cause of principle of governance, system of government. I always say it. If you look at what Fela Anikulapo did, a lot of people might not understand it. The philosophy of having the kind of party or a system that he feels that can work for him. Movement of the people, freedom of the people. And what did he call democracy? Demonstration of people who are those criminals. That's what they do. That's what it's all about. So, away from that, but let me tell you, there's no system, if actually harnessed, that cannot provide dividends for the people. What we are experiencing in Nigeria as regards our own type of democracy has already been fractured by So many factors. Integrity is not at play. Those who find their way in position of leadership are people who, by one way or the other, stole their way, see their way to the top. If we are having men who are well bred, who are selfless, who understand what it means to be in a position of leadership, that it's all about service. I don't think these leaders now will be coming out and be telling us that that democracy has collapsed in Nigeria. But they all have to blame because they all contributed to the failure of Nigeria of today.
Now, where did we get it wrong?
We actually got it wrong from
political struggles or what?
We actually got it from the foundation of this country. That's where the problem started. The problem started the conspiracy that led to the foundation of this country, led to what we are experiencing today. But unfortunately, those who come after independence did not find it fit to sit down and give Nigerians their own constitution and give Nigerians their own freedom. Nigeria is not yet freedom. Nigeria is not yet free. Nigerians themselves in Nigeria are not yet free. Because an average Nigerian does not know what is happening in Nigeria, does not know how it's being governed. And you can see most of the people that held some of these government agencies here and there, most of them, when you come closer to them very well, you will just notice that they are all there to just line up their pockets. But it's not like that in the other part of the world, where the same democracy is being practiced.
How can it be revived in Nigeria?
The only way we can, bring the dividends, of leadership down to the people, is to model our own system, factor it into our culture and tradition, give everybody autonomy, give everybody sense of belonging, restructure, decentralize the system, let an man that has his own oil well, let government. There are countries in this world that doesn't have crude oil. Why is it that everything is centered on crude oil? Japan does not have crude oil. They don't have resources. So it tells you that our leaders themselves are incapacitated. Our leaders themselves, are not thinking out of the box. All they are interested is to bring an expatriate, dig the hole there, bring the oil, sell it, and give us the money. If you fail to give us the money, then you become an enemy. They don't care. Go to all those Delta Bayelsa area. Go and see the level of wickedness of Nigerian government there. So that is it. Let them. That's why when you saw the gathering of I would like to tell them business politicians or people who are because they are all the same. These are people who have known for some time now, and the truth is that they do not have anything concretely to offer. But if they have changed, transformation can come at any point in time. Change is constant, I believe. If they have seen it now, they have tried everything they needed to try, and it is time to sit down and look at it from the perspective that this nation must be transformed.
All right, before I let you go, there's this person I don't know if I'm monitoring him well, Bishop Kukah. During we knew where Bishop Kukah was, hitting hard on the former president Muhammadu Buhari, criticizing his administration, his policies, and all of that. But in Tinubu's regime, I've not seen much of Bishop Kukah. Though he has been speaking, but I've not seen much from Bishop Kukah. Looking at what you said there, it is work in progress. That's democracy has not really failed.
I think he has soft pedal, after receiving an appointment from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The way he reacts to issues now has, he has toned down. You understand? Because I remember a few years from now, I know the reactions how he look at issues critically, and to an extent, he was supporting that Nigeria should divide.
It was a
So,
controversial
yes,
man.
yes.
Very,
He
very
was saying it clearly that the killing of Christians, especially in the north, Boko Haram and the other things, there's no need for one nation. You understand? I think to an extent he advocated for Obi, but there's something that happened somewhere along the line when Bola Ahmed Tinubu was campaigning, and it happens to be at a podium or at a fora organized by Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his campaign. And after listening to some of these things Bola Ahmed Tinubu was using as a campaign weapon as at that time, I think he fell in love somehow, and that was how they caught attention of each other. So we have not seen much else from Archbishop of Sokoto, Matthew Kukah, until we just suddenly heard that he has gotten an appointment. Tinubu has given him appointment, and there he goes. And you can see he's taking another dimension now gradually. So that is what it is. I still respect him. He's a man I respect so much. But I pray that Nigeria will not happen to him the way we are seeing Olusegun coming out to say
he said he will start assessing his government.
Yeah, after one, he said why he didn't even want to say anything. After what he said, he just whatever normal thing everybody is saying all over the place. You understand? It's like he's being constrained to say what he said about the development in Rivers State. That is just the issue. But if you see the gathering yesterday, at Emeka Ihedioha's 60th birthday, of who is who, you begin to wonder. A former governor, I think he was removed. Then he has a promising career under Aminu Tambuwal as speaker. Then he was deputy speaker. Then having gathering such big men within the political scene, it was a deep signal to Tinubu to really sit up and know what he's doing, because the Sumani it's like it's going to carry fire. But I know what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is waiting for. He's waiting for them to do all the paparazzi at the end of the day. If they don't get it right, we'll hammer them.
We are still waiting for the official statement of article on this. I'm working with Obi, Erufai, and all of that.
See, I'm not. What I'm seeing, I've said it very well. I've said it before, and I will still repeat it again. Atiku should go and do the normal thing he's supposed to do. And what is the normal thing? We don't want to see him anywhere, any day, any place. Pick any ticket for anything. No, that is not the truth. I'm saying it, you understand? Because one, it is the turn of the South, and they not understand that factor very well. Whatever coalition they are going into, they should be able to factor their respective ambition into it, and know that this is about rescuing the nation from this man they call Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is becoming a tyrant currently now. You understand? What is happening in Rivers State? Watch what is going to happen. But I will say it was that Bola Ahmed Tinubu should save himself and allow Fubara to challenge that Supreme Court judgment in the courts.
All right, thank you so much, Onyezi. I really appreciate you for coming this morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. Thank God it's another day. I thank God for life. Thank God for every one of us that make it this day. And God bless you all, the viewers. And thank you too for being there for us.
Yeah, with this criticism about Tinubu's administration, would you say democracy has failed under the watch of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Yeah, I can't say. Do we really practice democracy from onset? Did we really practice democracy? Our democracy is one of the non-functioning democracy we can ever see, and it has been happening right from the onset, because when the foundation is rotten, there's nothing we can build on it. And that is why I'm saying that our issues, the problem we're having now is the constitution. We have constitutional problem. We have constitution, but we don't have a working constitution. And what do you expect without constitution that can lead you to get things right? And the constitution is not working. What do you expect to results you have? So to me, we keep managing ourselves with the democratic system we have now, because until we face the reality that the true democratic system has to come in for the masses. But as of now, there's no true democracy we're talking of. As Fela would say, maybe I can borrow a leaf. What we are practicing is demonstration of craziness. Crazy, 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 crazy.
Now, would you call the president an incompetent president with the way people are criticizing his administration? You heard what Obi said yesterday at the 60th birthday of Emeka Ihedioha. You know, he condemned the administration and the policies and all of that. Would you see him as an incompetent president?
I don't see him as an incompetent president. I only can say that people that don't really understand where he's going should sit down and start to at least take something home from anything they've observed, observe it on him. And I can tell you, the president knows where he's going. You know the direction he's going. When he said the renew hope, and I think the hope will still come, and the hope will bring the light at the end of the tunnel. And I can say, the tough time don't last, is the tough people that last. And you could see nobody is happy that we found ourselves in this situation.
Well, this tough time is elapsing now. How would I even put it? It's going too far.
It's going too far.
It's going too far. Tough time.
That's what we're now saying. That
I said tough people last.
Many
have died as a result of the policies of this administration. Many are hungry. Are you aware of that?
You know one thing.
Many are homeless.
You see, there's one thing.
Many can pay their children's school fees.
There's one thing that can bring solution into this. What's it called? Wahala we have now. I can tell you, there is no population control in the country. There is no population control, birth control in the country, and you can see that census that will have guide us, guide our movement to promised land. When last do we organize census? It will fail to plan to fail. And that is what we're going through. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, this country, if you bring angels, 5 of angels, they cannot turn around this country the way it's supposed to be until we go back to the drawing board and bring out, I keep saying, the solution that can even come easier for us is decentralization of the units called the Nigeria. And once we get that done, then I think we have a lot of relief of mind, and nobody will start doubting each other. Because when you say we are one, we are not really one as Nigeria. We are not really one, because what the South West believe in is not what the South East believe in. And what the North Central believing is not what the North East believing. So I think we need to come together and sit down. How do we all channel the vehicle of this country called Nigeria? How will all of us be in that vehicle and think deep how we can make this country work? For every one of us, not only for politicians, not only for state actors, not only for preferred ones. And I can see there's no balance of equation in the country as it is now. We need to say it out. And I was so happy, likewise, when I saw Pa Anyoko, which is one of my favorite citizens, favorite leader I have. Us see the truth. He said the truth the way it is, and this agenda or his master plan he has that is borrowing the current president now is let the country be decentralized, because the way we are, we cannot organize ourselves to the level we needed to be. And you see, it will take a long time, but we can still start. You know, a tree did not grow in a day. We can still start from that and step one step to another, and to get to our destination. But I believe the country is blessed, but it's the people that are inside that did not want the country to move forward.
As a democratically elected president, which Nigerians expected so much from, having seen what he did in Lagos State. Many attested to his good work in Lagos State. I mean, President Bola Tinubu, who was the former governor of Lagos State. And looking at what happened in Rivers State recently, there's the creation of a state of emergency in that state. Many see the president as one who doesn't have respect for the rule of law. Do you see him that way?
Yeah, I don't see it that way. Because when your roof is burning, you call the firefighter, and the firefighter did not land, it did not come in time, will you be waiting? Will you still be waiting? You need to take an action that will make you can to cushion the effects of that fire, just to bring it down a bit in your own, the little space you have. You have to, take steps. You have to take decisions. And as it is, the way that the River State issues was going, if it did not do that, I think maybe we have been saying another thing by now, because the two non-state actors, none of them is ready for peace.
But Obasanjo was the former president. He condemned the move by President Bola Tinubu.
That's why I go by Mr. President Obasanjo. I have to disagree with him, because under his tenure too, there are a lot of things he did outside the law, outside the constitution of Nigeria, which was the military fiat he applied when he was in power. Then it was under President Obasanjo. We have two Senate House of Assembly members, or three House of Assembly members that he brought to Lagos to come and impeach Fayose. Then we have a lot of non-democratic issues when Mr. President Obasanjo was in power. Then I think President Obasanjo is not in Baba is not in the right person to be sending that message, because under his watch too, a lot of things happen. It's our Baba. We still keep respecting him, because we need to respect elders. So I think any one of the politicians that has governed this Nigeria is telling you against this president, all of them have been a victim, have been the problem, have been the route. They went to their route likewise. So when they now come out of the governance, they will now start putting the blaming game. How about the blame game on them? Do they even admit that they did things wrong? But likewise, don't let me forget, Baba himself admitted that he got it wrong with the governance when he was in power. And what makes him to get it wrong? It was the power. And what is power? The power is the most important thing a nation can have, that can cover all the facets of productivity in the country. But now we don't have the power. So how do you expect now the economy to move forward, economy to grow? So we always fool ourselves. How much is rice now? How many rice are we producing ourselves in the country? How many? We are importing from Taiwan. We are importing from different nations, and we believe we want to turn Nigeria to Eldorado. No. It cannot work until we face the reality in the country, that the foundation we are riding on, we are standing on, is a deceptive foundation that is almost going to break.
All right, before I let you go, many have raised concerns about electoral transparency in the upcoming election. I mean the 2027 election. And I'm asking now, can Nigerians trust their votes in the administration of President Bola Tinubu under his watch? And with the latest move in River State and the complaints of Nigerians that we have three people ruling Nigeria under APC, Senator Godswill Akpabio, Nyesom Wike, the FCT minister, and the president himself. Don't you think there will be a problem in the 2027 election? Don't you think our elections in 2027 are already rigged?
I won't follow them to say
Don't you
that.
think the 2027 election is rigged?
Yes, I won't concur to that. It will be rigged. I won't concur to that. there can be one or two, I mean, clutches, glitches, or all sort of things. But I won't concord to that the election is being rigged. That past election is being rigged because when they went to Supreme Court, so you see, Nigerians, they always look for a weak way for them. So to when they lose out, they never accept defeat. It's only Nigeria I know that when somebody lose out in the election, he will never accept the defeat, even to congratulate his I mean the contestants that contested with him. And you know, we are a bitter loser as it is. So anybody that is saying the election is rigged should go to what's it called, high neck, because I was able to know how they could not differentiate whether they win or not when Obi and Atiku appear in Supreme Court, and the justice of Supreme Court, they were coming up that come and prove yourself how you win the election. And meanwhile, they ridiculed the judiciary as of that time, because Atiku was saying he won the election, Obi was saying he won the election, Tinubu was saying he won the election with majority, and what we ended up saying is they could not come with any fact and figure. So, and they will now dish that to the supporters, non-state actors supporters, to they cheated also, they do. But politics is not all about bring your fact and figure on the table. But what fact and figure did Obi and Atiku bring on the table? Then I came first, I came second, I came first. It's me. You know, confusion. They created confusion.
All right,
so our politicians are not well thoroughbred, man, right, that you understand what it is.
Let me quickly go to the comment section before you go. King Henry, you're welcome on board, King Henry. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kunle, your passion in the Nigerian state is very unstable and confusing. Please take a stand. What kind of stand are you taking?
I don't.
What stand have you been taking?
I think it depends. Maybe let me just tell you. You can say I wake up on the right side of the bed, or I wake up on the wrong side of the bed. But I will tell you, as Nigeria is evolving, as the situation in Nigeria is evolving, I keep balancing the issue the way it is. We've tried all the democratic system in this country. They've come, the several presidents have come. We've not seen changes. Yes, Nigerians ought to have been turned to Dubai, ought to have been turned to what's it called, one of the best, you know, country in the world. But see where we see her. And when we're saying the truth that the solution to the problem is not all about Tinubu, it's not all about, let us all come together and dwell on how we move this country forward. Because when you keep repeating same things, how's somebody different from a madman? Same thing that you know is not working and you keep repeating it. How are you different from a madman? I mean, so I think I have to take my rest from there.
All right, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
You for coming this morning, although we still have some comments coming in as regards what you were saying, but I'll be reading it as we proceed on the program. Mr. Lajide, global analyst, come on the program this morning.
I'm saying good morning to our global anchorman of Global City Stand. I'm saying welcome to our global viewers. Once of all, I want to thank those global viewers who appreciate us on this platform, who blesses us. And I want to tell you what you sent to bless us was delivered to us. I got mine yesterday from your ever trusted, high integrity man, Mr. Mike Adekule. And I'm saying more grace to your able. God bless your pockets, bless you where you are all over the world. I'm still testifying to his integrity as to delivering everything you asked him to deliver to us. I got mine yesterday, so may you be blessed. And I pray that the system will remain a global brand forever. And you, the global anchorman, will remain a global, our anchorman. You grow from lip and brown to highest level in Jesus' name. I still remain your global analyst, Mr. O.J. Olajide. Welcome to Global System this morning, global viewers.
Thank you so much, the global analyst himself.
And the global anchorman, the global CEO of System.
All right, thank you so much. Has democracy done us more harm than good?
No, I don't believe so. Mr. Mike, I must tell you that democracy, no matter how worse it is still better than the dictatorship. I'm telling you, the platform you provided that we are hearing our views to tell, because I believe that I have a part in this Nigeria too. And the part is that I cannot go on the street carrying arms killing. No, but I believe the power of message. power of expression of my interest, knowing fully well that one day God will use one of these talks I've been saying to touch the heart of somebody who will listen to it, and then he will begin to have a change of heart. So that's only can see because of democracy we have. It was be the dictatorship. Mr. Mike, you will be here. We will be here as well too. You know how we were in this country where we had the military people. You know how they do under Buhari. Yes, Buhari then under Babangida, under Abacha. The worst, the maximum ruler. They call him maximum ruler with maximum dictatorship or listening unto people. So democracy has not failed us. Yes, I agree that democracy has not lived up to the expectation of what we are expecting from them. But has delivered some dividends of democracy. They have delivered some dividends to us. The right to hear your views, as you have provided for us now, which we are doing now, is one of the dividends of democracy. We can't do this under dictatorship. Who dare you to come and be talking to Abacha under this kind of platform? You know, you can't do that. So democracy has not failed completely. But I agree that there are some lapses, there are some area democracy we need to improve in our democratic system of government, which I agree with that. But it has not failed completely. When you are talking of failure, you are talking of aggregate score before falling below minimum level. That's what failure means. But if you have high score in these areas, high score in these areas, and on average you are above pass mark, then you don't cause that failure. We always higher school now. University presenting, we knew what failure means below 40. But if you score anything above 40, that's pass mark. So democracy has not failed up completely. But I agree that there are some areas of our life that democracy, our democratic system of government has not addressed properly. We are still lagging. We are still lagging behind in those areas. But on averagely, we have not. Democracy has not failed Nigeria. That's my conclusion.
What of under this administration, under the watch of President Tinubu?
Yes.
Has it benefited Nigerians?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the areas I say yes is this opportunity you have given to us that we are sharing now. If it's going to be democracy, and then it's not a ruthless don't forget there's some tyrant democrats.
What I'm trying to say is, are we enjoying the dividends of democracy under his watch?
We are enjoying some, and we are not enjoying some.
What are we
but
enjoying?
the percentage of let me give
enjoyment.
Let me give percentage. The type of percentage of enjoyment is less. Yes, because you measure dividend of democracy in the living standard of people. The program you bring out to people, how does it impact on their life? Is it raising their living standard or falling it? But unlike what we have in the case of President Olusegun, is that it has fallen. Yes. How did that come about? How did it come about that? When you have a product that has a price, that the price influences the prices of other things, before you tamper with it, you be careful of how you tamper with such a product. But no products, Mr. Mike, you agree with me, touches the price of every other material, every other things in Nigeria. So if you are touching the price of that personal product, you must have done your critical analysis of analysis, and then know the area that price adjustment will touch on the life of people, and how you are going to mitigate it, how you are going to help them come out of that shock, out of that distress you put them, how you are going to make more money available to them to bail them out. But you did not do that. You just wake up, I'm sorry to use that word, out of unpreparedness, and then announce that the price of this thing have been removed, and then without any colossal arrangement put in place to solve the increment price it will cost on the life of people.
That's to cushion the effect.
Yes, to cushion the effect, to bring the price to them, to cushion the effect. You just allow, and then you do obviously you're not making any plan to cushion the effect on the life of those people. And the price of other areas of life went up exceedingly. Hyperinflation now comes to Nigeria, to the life of people. So in that case, we have negative impact, negative development as far as this democratic expense of President Tinubu is concerned, because you measure your success and failure on the impact your policies having on the life of the people. That's what you measure. Not by saying you have this program, you have that program. That program you claim you have executed. How does it impact on the life of people? Is it raising their living standard or falling their living standard? Is it making life more difficult for them or making life easy for them to live? If price of things is still growing higher, it's still expensive, then your impact is negative on their life. But if you are cost of living is coming down. You know, I mean, when they are buying 10 naira is becoming 7, 6. Then you have a negative, positive impact. So on the as far as President Olusegun is concerned, I score him low on the impact his policy has made on Nigeria. It has made negative impact on the life of Nigerians.
Is there anything we can do to revive democracy?
Of course, we can do it. We, the Nigerians that are remaining masses, who constitute greatest bulk of the percentage of Nigerians, over 200 million. We are told our population is about 220 million. That means total population of people playing politics, they are less than 10%, less than 20 million. What about the remaining 200 million people? What are they doing? The people that have who are the custodian of the right, of the franchise, of the, they are the master. They are the one who hires these people to run their affairs on their behalf. What are they doing? We have all gone to the sleep. We have all gone to our bed and sleeping and snoring. We are not awake and alive to the responsibility that, hey, we must stand up and demand our portion, our right from these people. That we are their master, they are our servant. Because we have allowed ourselves to be manipulated and be broken to rank and file and without coordination. That's why they are having their way. The day the remaining percentage of Nigerians, the bulk of Nigerians, rise up and come to unison that, look, we want to take the destiny of this country in our hand. You are minority, we are majority. There's great power in the majority of anything. Then they begin to deploy it, begin to ask us, begin to demand, and put their feet on ground. This is how this thing must be done. It must be accessible to us. It must have positive impact in our life. Your policies must be oriented towards making life easy for us, not aggrandizing yourself in office, taking your lord over us. The day we begin to do all those things is the day that our politicians, the few of them, minority who are ruling class, it's the day we begin to take this stand against them. That's the whatever name you call it revolution, if you call it understanding your rights, fighting for your rights, whatever name you call it, the day Yoruba man says, the day a man knows that it's man, that's the day it's well, it's he. The day we know that we have been stepping over our life over the years, and it is time to rise up and demand our rightful position in place of saying democratic government. That's the day we will begin to have a positive, and that's the day we will hold this government account. It's the beginning of the betterment of dividend of community that we are expected to get. We have been idle, we have been folding our hands, whichever the way they like to do it. That's why I've taken my own stand that whatever it cost me to be giving my own little contribution in terms of statement. Because I can't carry arms.
According to some politicians, what happened in Rivers State as a result of failed democracy in Nigeria. Is that true?
Of course,
Suspending an elected governor.
That's the end point of it.
What dictatorship?
Mr. Mike,
which means
what happened?
Which means what the president did, President Tinubu, is wrong.
It's not wrong. What happened is this: the state of emergency that was declared was the end point of the whole rot democratic system we are having. Otherwise, if we have a true democratic system,
the suspension of an elected governor?
I have told you on this platform that if President Tinubu has not come rightly to take that decision, by now the River State would have been in fire. How would yes? Because already the Amahele House of Assembly will go ahead and carry out the impeachment plot. And I know it won't take long when Fubara will run to state judiciary, state high court to get court injunction, stopping them. With that in his hand, he will claim he's the governor. And Amahele will go to federal high court on their own part. They won't go to state high court and get order saying they are recognized to carry their legislative function. They will now be having two conflicting court injunctions. One for Buhari, claiming he's the governor. One for Emmanuel, claiming they have been given the power to continue impeachment, and they will carry out the inspection, the impeachment. We will not have the same we now then have is that a political logjam that was now been created to become a deadlock by judicial pronouncement. So judicial pronouncement will have made the state to be deadlock, so that Fubara will be claiming I'm still the governor. There's a court injunction stopping you. And Emmanuel will be saying no, because court is where they will go and chop for free injunction. Each of them will now be holding to it. And the next thing that will happen is that most of them will now bring their supporters from the River State and begin to attack themselves on the streets of River State. And then from there, there will be crisis and destruction. So, timely intervention of the president to have arrested that foreseen situation is welcome.
All right.
Yes. Because if you do not have true democracy. That's why you have somebody, imagine, domineering on the state, lodging himself in the name of God for them. If the parties were to be controlled by the people, it make you week will just be one person with only one vote to cast in his party. There won't be go
All
further.
right, lastly, before you go, what can President Bola Ahmed Tinubu do to revive democracy in Nigeria?
What he can do is this. What President Tinubu can do is that let his policy be impactful on people. That will bring positive development to the life of people. That's the best thing. We are not asking for too much. Bring policy, that will bring cost of living. People can go to their bed, go to food, go to market and buy basic things. That's what Nigeria are talking about. They're not asking for whether the billion you are seeing. Nigeria is not concerned about that. But make life possible.
Make life easy
for
Nigerians.
With the amazing cost of living. That's what Nigeria is.
Thank you so much.
No, that's it.
Thank
Simple.
you so much, Mr. Lajide.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant contribution.
Yes, thank you very much.
From you. All right. Ben Jack, good morning. You're welcome on the
Good
program.
morning.
All right,
Good morning, reviewers. May good Lord be with you people over there, wherever you are, all the state you are. Remain blessed.
Since the inception of democracy, have you benefited anything?
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Why?
Because the way I'm looking at democracy in Nigeria, and as they put them 8 years, I find out say they did not get it right. And since from the independent, they did not fight for their independence. That's why they don't know the meaning of that democracy. If you say they fight for their independence so hard, anyone who comes to power will sit tight. And they did not think what they're going to do for the nation. If they think what they will do for the nation, Nigeria could have already been changed. Now, as a new nation is fighting, once they get it, they will sit tight. They will not be doing rubbish in their government. But in Nigeria, since from the A to F, they haven't got it right. If any of them want to get it right, someone will come out and try to put it wrong. Today, the one cannot put it right again. And if Nigeria want to get it right, let them allow the citizen to choose the one they want. If they can allow the citizen to choose who they want, that is where you know say Nigeria have got it right in democracy. But since they cannot do so, they cannot get it right.
All right, ahead of the 2027 presidential election, more talks coming in as regards that. Atiku has spoken, but you are still expressing an official statement as regards working alongside El-Rufai, Obi, and other politicians. But the question I want to ask is that should Atiku go sit somewhere and leave others to contest?
Well, if
some Nigerians are saying that Atiku is not needed in the 2027 election.
If the former vice president Atiku Abubakar can organize and step down or pick someone out, I think it will be good things for him. Because since he have already come out, he can't get it. No matter in 2015, yes, he's one that's supposed to be there, which they know. Because the former president being Muhammad Buhari is come from the same north. They say, okay, allow him. That work make Atiku step down. If not so. But this time around, I want him to step down. Let another person come out. If they want to defeat Mr. President, if he can do so. But I want you to organize with other as the header of the
All right,
party.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Benjak. Quickly to you.
Good morning.
Mr. Femi,
Good morning.
You're
Welcome,
welcome.
Good morning, all our viewers. Thank you for always being with us at a global city stand.
And we need to appreciate Odunlade Taiwo yesterday.
Yes.
Extended love to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Odunlade, thank you very much. And may you celebrate more of that day in the success, glory, and peace and the strength. The more your age, the more your strength by the special grace.
All right, what's the problem, or who is the problem of democracy? Is it the followers all the leaders.
or all, both. Because the follower of today will later become leader tomorrow. All those people you are seeing at the on the top today, they have once been like me and you. Jonathan has once been, somebody, an innocent.
Somebody that had no shoes.
He has no shoe. An innocent Nigeria that it was God that placed him in that place. Now, the major bottom line this morning, if I'm not wrong, is that Nigeria democracy has collapsed. That is fact. But the question we have to ask is that, is it today that it just collapsed today? Where are the people that collapse it? Let's look at it. I mean, how people contribute towards the collapsing of our democracy. In the first, place when Obasanjo was there, we saw how somebody won primary election and it was distorted and given to somebody else. We saw how somebody that is talking this morning failed to conduct local government election throughout his 8 years. Obi. We have saw a lot of things where all of us, where we have been stabbing democracy. We saw how Tinubu as usually criticized a sitting, president. That time, that this is what he should have done. We saw how Tinubu joined them to fight the illegal removal of former governor of Oyo, Rasidi Ladoja. How he joined them to fight, to fight for his comeback. But when he's there today, he's doing something contrary. My fear is that the man that talked this morning, Obi, I think it's Obi that said the Nigerian democracy is collapsing. Obasanjo to said it. But it's even I will even listen to Obi more than Obasanjo. Yeah. Because Obasanjo was even the one of people that even he nearly decapitated, our democracy. That time, somebody that come out and say, election is going to be a do or die affair. Imagine that kind of a statement. That statement alone has stabbed democracy. So Obasanjo, yes, Obasanjo nearly slaughter our democracy. Now he's out of that office and he's coming. You know the problem of all of them. Before they get to office, when they are talking like this, we say that but when they get there, they do contrary thing. And after they leave that office, they will go and relax and started criticizing the sitting, the president. That has been my fear. But not shell. Anybody that think that Tinubu can rule this country and they think Obi cannot rule is myopic. It's what we are seeing now. We can see that there's nothing Tinubu can do that Obi cannot do better. That is the simple of the. But I just want to assure Nigeria that be prepared though. If Obi is also there, you will still see some lapses because it's in Nigeria. It will also be part of people that will put rope in the neck of our democracy. That is the truth of the matter. When we were doing NSAS, there was a story of one, I think, inspector from Anambra. They have the worst case of, extrajudicial killing in Anambra. Go and check the history. They are there. They are there. They are there for everybody to look at the how the tendency of what anybody can do. Go and look at Obi now. Obi is sitting down now, eating with Alimangiri. He turned himself to Alimangiri. He was looking. I was laughing yesterday. He was looking like a Peking when Mama no there around. He was eating like this, and those small Peking say, "Oh, come and see Nigeria. Why you politician?" The problem is that the beautiful one not yet born. So it is true that democracy is collapsing. And let me tell you one thing. We are going to be improving democracy as we are looking at it. The typical Nigeria, they don't like what they call the true democracy. This is not the first time we have democracy now. Even in the first republic, what we started with was democracy. Before we got democracy, there was crisis in Southwest. Operation Wetcher, everybody want to grab power. Everybody is wise. They want to grab power. They want to use the opportunity. It's either if you say I don't win, we destroy everything now. Even you say I lose, some people prefer to go and call military to take over because they lose. It has always been Nigeria style of democracy. You see, maybe we have to divide our own democracy in the way that we shoot. Nigeria, yes, peculiarity.
Where we can.
Yes, let's create our
own system of.
Let me tell you,
governance.
That is the truth of the matter. Maybe Nigeria should, look for the systematic way of doing democracy in the way that will suit us. And how can that one possible? Is to, relieve the too much burden at the top and bring power down. Because why everybody want to be Nigeria president is that because the power is too much at that federal. Reduce the power at the top, bring it down. Maybe it will cool the tension. You know, in our first republic, there was a regional system of government. The only thing we have there is a prime minister, Tafawa Balewa, in Lagos. I can tell you that time that the pace at which Southwest was developing, federal government was, even jealous of Southwest that time. Some of our, property was confiscated by Obasanjo, and they make it federal government. Odua House in London, it was a true Awolowo. That Liberty Stadium at Ibadan is part of it. Our NTA, Obasanjo brought it, and they make it as a federal government. So, proper. So we have to redefine our democracy if we want to move forward. And how can we do that one? It's normal restructure. If there's restructure, tension will be calm. That is the truth of the matter. And there are so many lacunae in our constitution. Let me tell you, this thing I've been asking people that when Obasanjo was there, he declared state of emergency. I was not that too young that time. The noise, the level of challenge is not high like this. So I thought declaring a state of emergency in the state where you saw is a normal thing. But until I saw it, when they're now coming out and say that it's not legal. And even during Jonathan's regime, they told Jonathan that, thank God Jonathan for his school leader, they told him that you cannot suspend that governor. I think the best thing for, AGF to do for President Tinubu is to cancel him that, yes, sir, you can deploy soldiers there, but you cannot suspend the governor. So, because I don't like to go back to the wrongdoing of Obasanjo to pick it and come and justify our wrongdoing now. Because if we continue to do that one, how are we going to move on from this place? So, let's the bad one remain in the past, and we should see breathe a new fresh air. That's what I expect from President Tinubu, because I understand that I want to believe that he understands democracy more than even Obasanjo, because he has been in the game for a very long time. He was once a senator, he was once a governor, and he understands democracy and what we call principle of law. Rule of law. That everything should be balanced. There shouldn't be interference. But unfortunately, what we are seeing is on the contrary. It's on the contrary.
All right, finding an alternative party is a serious business in the country now. People saying is anti-Tinubu coalition. They're looking for a way to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Should this be a serious business in the country?
It shouldn't be, but
and if the president is performing well, should it be a thing the president should be afraid of?
Even if the president is performing well, we still have to test him, because you cannot say somebody. Let me tell you, a country is like a woman. It's only a woman that can testify that my husband is really trying, or is not trying. If one man just come out and say, I'm trying my best, you may not be trying your best with your woman, especially in the other room. You may think you are a champion, but your wife will be doing like this to you. So what I'm trying to say is that it is Nigeria that will measure the performance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And me, as a person in this country, when we measure the performance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's not up to our, even he performed very below our expectation. And some of the things that I even want to be seen, to endure, to say, okay, you are not doing this right, you are not doing so, but I'm seeing this one you are trying to do right. You have started even, truncate all those things now, like Naira for crude, local government autonomy, and the issue of even a tax reform bill, instead of him to look for the way, to improve on it. I don't know where the situation of that thing now. I don't know the situation of that thing now. So what I expect from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you cannot turn our economy around, please restructure this country.
Somebody is saying we should take it back to where he met it.
Happy now.
Let's get the message.
Happy now. At least please restructure this country for us. Restructure this country. Okay, look at the issue of
Baba Yaga. He said let Bola Ahmed Tinubu take things back to how it was under Buhari, please.
I mean, now it's not too far. It's not too far from the truth. From the truth, you remove subsidy. Honestly speaking, I've been saying that I don't have problem with removing subsidy. But how do you handle the situation? How do you cushion the effect on people? You remove subsidy. We are chewing that one. We have not been able to swallow it. You went ahead to NEPA. As you are still dealing with that one, you still went to telecom. You did the same thing. You still went to this place, our port. You increase tariff. Go and see how much they are using to clear 40 container, and that is what is killing in Nigeria. Somebody said something. I want to borrow word from gentleman Mike. He said, even if you want to perform an operation on a patient in the theater, you have to be taking care of pain so that you will not lose the person you want to save. If the pain is too much, you will lose the patient you want to save. So that's why surgeon take care of the pains before the. But you, it's like Tinubu don't even care about anybody's pain. He just try to book back. And what is going to happen eventually is that the nation is going to collapse. Again, look at it. For the first time, very long time, you are the first president that meet the OPEC quotas. We are thanking God for that one, though we have not seen the impact. The only thing is just that you have met the target. Now, you went ahead in River State. Instead of you to continue on that part, you went and tackle them in River State. They started bombing the pipeline. Are you going to meet with this decision again? You are not going to be able to meet the quota system that you are meeting again. So, taking one step forward, you draw it back with 6 wrong steps. Has been, the slogan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which I'm highly disappointed.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Femi. Sorry, I'm still coming, sir. Mr. Vincent, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, global audience. Good morning, Mr. Mike Adekule. And I also want to seize this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Mr. Odunade Taiwo for the kindness shown to us as analysts on this city, this global city stand TV. God will continue to bless you. He will take you to higher heights in the mighty name of Jesus. And to some other people that are watching us in various parts of the world, I say thank you and good morning.
All right, before I ask you some questions, I think I need to answer Nnamdi Ohanusi. Sometimes I get, I don't like to be rude to anybody, but you have to be very careful. You don't know these people than me. You don't know these people. Do you know what Ben Jack told me before we started the program? You don't know, and you are there ranting, telling me that I give him so minutes. Somebody that told me he was going to work, that he wanted to speak. You don't know. You are there in Netherlands. You don't know them more than the person that is here. He thought he was going to work and he wanted to talk for Abi to speak fast. I should give him that chance to speak so that he could leave. But I don't understand. So he has been repeating it. I've been watching, I've been looking at it. I said, let me answer him. That's wrong. You don't know them. You don't know. Sometimes they discuss certain things before they even before we commence the program. And you don't expect me to say everything. It's not done. It's not everything I will say.
Yes. Probably assume.
All right. As democracy really truly collapsed under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Mr. Vincent.
You see, that question, I will answer it like this. Nigeria, right from the outset, Nigeria is a blessed country. But now we are being driven from the vantage crest of unimaginable blessing to the abyss through the maladministration of successive governments, not only Tinubu, other successive governments that have taken over the reins of governance have not really been doing the needful. Though Tinubu is even worse off now as it is, because we are now into the 2 years of his administration and we are already having pains all over. And when, as a human being, when you have pains all over, you should know what the consequences will likely become. I want to believe that democracy under his regime has been punctured. It has punctured our expectation because I've always seen him in the vanguard of Awo East. Everybody knows that the imprint of Chief Obafemi Awolowo in terms of government in the West still remain to be beaten by any government that has come to in place. I want to believe that he has already doused our hope concerning the dividend of democracy for the masses of the people. And as you can see, all across the length and breadth of this country, there is blood, there is tears, people are crying, there are no foods. The primary needs of man is in limbo as I speak. Because when you see the mass of people walking along the road, this is a global city stand. That is why we say it as it is. You can see the mass of people walking. Some of them, they don't even know where they are going. And the country is in despair. And we that come here too, is by his grace that we are here. And things are not really working. And you know that if not for God and for life, for the grace that we are having now, I think I don't think some of us might have even gone. I want to believe that Tinubu, I'm not saying that because I believe that criticism is part of is a good medicine for social engineering.
But did it not start with Tinubu?
No, it did not start with Tinubu. I said we were driven from the banded crest of unimaginable blessing to the abyss that we have now found ourselves. Tinubu, because I believe that the government is a continuum, and anybody that is coming to the fore, to the reins of governance, you have to add value to whatever you met and get it better. So that is why you are coming to the fore to the saddle to rule. You are not going to make it messier than what you met, and when you make it messier than what you met, then you don't even have any excuse of being there.
All right, supporting what you're saying this morning in the comment section, Udezi Chima, if other president before Tinubu ran the country the way Tinubu is running Nigeria now, honestly, it will not meet any country, let alone being the president.
Yes, I concur with you, Udezi Chima, on this point, because if you remember, vividly, Mr. Mike, when Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, under the then President Olusegun Obasanjo was the president of this country, Tinubu was the only AD governor that we have, or either APC governor, AD governor that we have under President Olusegun Obasanjo. I could recall that time when President Olusegun Obasanjo wanted to collect Lagos State by hook or crook. Then Tinubu released a statement and said that if Lagos State is taken from his party, well, he knows the problem of Lagos, and though there were skirmishes of chaos and riots here and there, which President Obasanjo then wanted to impose emergency rule on Lagos State as a kind of a ploy of taking Lagos State out of the arms of Tinubu, and Tinubu had to reply President Olusegun Obasanjo that if that is done, then it might be the end of Nigeria. I wonder if somebody who is in the vanguard of a Democrat is not envisaging a tyrannical policy, then you begin to wonder, is that you come out in the daytime as a very honest person, in the night you are a witch. Then it means that he doesn't have any business being there, because he behoves on him as a person to better what he met, not to make it to worsen it. That is why I said that the democracy under his watch is already being driven to the abyss.
Can we move to the military era?
No, you see,
suggest that?
No, because the best military,
since it's not working,
Mr. Mike, the best military regime can never match democracy, because you and I know that under the SY leader of this great country, General Sani Abacha, I cannot stand here on city stand and start saying something, because all those the khaki boys, they will just come and bundle us out of this place, and they will so do whatever they deem fit. But democracy, though is from the Western world that is being brought onto us, and democracy as it is, because we need to develop our own governance, governing system according to our peculiarities. Because in other climes where it works, they have all these props, an institution that works better. And we need then again, here now, the constitution has currently been operated upon here is a foisted constitution on the country by the military hegemony on this Nigeria. It's not a people oriented constitution. You and I did not even you, if you look at the intro of that constitution, they'll say we the people of Nigeria have agreed. I never knew, I don't think we sat, there was no forum that we sat
together
to agree on this. It was forced on us. That is why we have come to experience all these anomaly that is being currently experienced in our great country.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it, sir. All right, Mr. Akman. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm more comfortable here.
You're welcome on the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Once again, my name is Johnson Akao. Good morning to a few years back, global audience up there. And good morning to our colleagues. And I want to equally join other colleagues in commending Mr. Taiwo for the generosity gesture of yesterday. We say welcome development. We appreciate you. We love you. Also, and it's our prayer that the good Lord Almighty will continue to perfect and cause you to flourish in all undertakings and life endeavors. So it's well with your spirit, soul, and body. Thank you very much once again. We appreciate you. So good morning once again.
All right, good morning once again.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Now that it's been said that our democracy has been destroyed, that has collapsed, what's the next option for us?
To start with, hearing about the word democracy, some of us each time at the mention of the word democracy, we feel slightly insulted because we critically look at it. If you critically look at it, you find out that you begin to ask yourself some salient questions as to whether or not you are indeed practicing democracy. So we feel insulted when you hear the word democracy. When you and I know quite well, rather than democracy, what you are practicing in the land today is a combination of, do I call it plutocracy and aristocracy, a government of the wealthy, by the wealthy, for the wealthy. And so government is so stratified. A government of the upper class for the upper class, by the upper class, where if you don't have money, you don't have the resources, nothing happens to you, you don't even access your fundamental human right, and if you have the resources, you have the wherewithal, you have every financial watches, you can do and undo, you can trample on people's rights, you can go all the way to shortchange things and nothing will happen, you can bribe your way through the security establishment, the agencies, and what have you. So, talking about democracy, some of us at times we believe is an insult onto our sensibility. We are not indeed, in the true sense of it, practicing democracy in the land. In the land. But so far, so good. If you want to talk about democracy, be that as it may, I want to believe, to some extent, what we call democracy in the land today is a nascent one. It's a nascent one. It's evolving. It's a gradual thing. Let's not forget that what you have in America and other Senate climes, under civilized societies, they didn't just get there overnight. It evolved over a long period of time. Their democracies as old as 350, 400 years, and they got it right over a long period. Gradually. Our democracy is a nascent one. We started sometimes 25, 26 years ago in 1999, and we're getting it wrong. There are too many things that happen in the Obasanjo era, 20, 22 years ago. Today in Nigeria, we are wiser, we are getting better, we're gradually getting there. I can no longer walk in Nigeria of today. There are some mistakes we committed, even under Jonathan, just 10 years ago, under Yaradua. Today, so they can be repeated in the polity. So we have overcome that era. We have overgrown that area. We are gradually evolving, gradually getting there. So to say democracy in the land is an outright failure, I wouldn't concur. I beg to disagree with that school of thought. But again, there are a whole lot of areas requiring improvement, needing exponential improvement. So we need to take a fresh breath, a new cue to the scheme of things. We know quite well there is room for improvement. There is a need, a crying one, a dire need for improvement in different aspects of our national life. I believe it calls for alarm, it calls for caution. A whole lot of things still have to be done, have to be put right. So I concur with that particular school of thought. But to say in the absolute sense that democracy has failed, I beg to disagree. It hasn't failed.
All right.
We've been able to put some things in place. We've been able to put some things in place. If you look at it under the military, it's only a handful of people, perhaps, in the Supreme Military Council or the Armed Forces Ruling Council, as it were. And those are the people who sat atop our commonwealth, our collective patrimony. It's only a handful of people. But today, you wouldn't compare what obtains in the land today with what obtains under the military. We were not so young. I was in my 20s during the military days. And we saw the kind of impunity, the kind of recklessness, the kind of rascality with which those military guys govern us. So even the mere fact that you and I were able to sit here, we were able to stand here on city stand to rub minds, to debate on the dialectics of nation building, it's a plus for our democracy. It's a big plus for the freedom of speech you and I were enjoying the land today. It's a big plus. So the freedom association we are having in the land today is a big plus. The freedom of gathering and all that. So it's a credit to our democracy. We should give it to it.
All right, in the comment section, we have Abayaga saying other countries didn't have examples of democracy to learn from. That's why it took 200 years to learn. Nigerians should stop making excuses. Nigerians should just stop making excuses. Okay, that's what Ulade is saying, that democracy is not failing in Nigeria. Democracy can only get better. Is it true?
Definitely, of course, he has aligned.
Is it getting better?
It's getting better.
Especially in this administration?
It's getting better. We are getting there gradually. It's getting better. It's getting better in all ramifications. It's only that
dividends of democracy.
The difference to some extent. And like somebody once said, of course, if you ask me if I want to be honest, if I want to be truthful, I want to be very objective, regardless of my political leanings, regardless of where my affinity is, I will say, of course, Mr. President today has performed below expectations. So I was scoring something in the neighborhood of 45-48%.
Over 100.
Over 100. That's not a so good. That's not a too good scorecard for Mr. President. But for you to say in totality the democracy has failed, Mr. President hasn't delivered, I'll bet to this unless you are not abreast with what is going on in the politics.
So, are these people saying that democracy has failed? The likes of Obi or Obasanjo, are they innocent of?
Those are opposition figures. It's natural of them. It's a welcome development. Of course, for democracy to work, to function, to flourish, we need a viable, virile opposition in the land. They are performing through to task. That's what is expected of them as opposition figures, opposition leaders. They should be saying things like that. And they should be uttering things like that to better the polity, to improve, to grow. So we can't afford a docile, complacent, passive opposition with the scheme of things in the land. This is a welcome development. They are doing the right thing, and so they are on course. They should be saying all that to put a government. To put the government on its toes. So they should be performing that check and balance so on the politics. So it's a welcome development. We welcome it. So you don't expect anything less from Peter Obi, Atiku, especially for people gathering, people scheming up to take over the government from Tinubu. You don't expect him to be commending or to be magnifying. They are doing the right thing. It's not unusual. It's not unusual. It's not unconventional.
All right, in the comment section, Liz is saying that it's getting better with a suspended governor. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, there is nothing so sacrosanct about Mr. Governor of Rivers State. It's happened before. It's not going to be the first of his kind. Neither is it going to be the last of his kind. Also, all we know quite well that, like I have always told the people who join issues with me on this same issue, the primary responsibility of any government, any responsible government anywhere in the world, is the security of lives and property. So the government has to be proactive. Right? So has to be proactive, has to be responsible, and at the moment you sense there is a danger in the land and that is capable of truncating the peaceful coexistence of our people in any part of the country, the honors lies on Mr. President to swing into action and do the needful, and that's exactly what he did in Rivers State. You don't sit back, you don't put your hands akimbo when you don't do like Emperor Nero that was feeling when Rome was burning. It is not done. It's not done.
All right, Udeze Chima, Mr. Michael, help me tell this man that he's not truthful to himself. Can you take it easy? You're not truthful to yourself.
So
what you are saying.
So I don't necessarily belong to his school of thought. I don't necessarily belong to his school of thought. So I want to believe the young man Johnny issues with me is a leftist. He's a leftist. Some people are naturally like that. Naturally like that. So that they complain virtually about everything. As a matter of fact, even in America, where things are working near perfection, you see some people still complaining. Don't forget in their part of in their climb. Despite the American we run to, let's not forget that America is the most litigious country in the world. Despite everything working for them, they still rush to the courtroom every night. Every slightest of opportunity, they rush to the courtroom to go and complain.
All right, Taiwo Odunlade, I love him so much. That he loves you so much. He loves your analysis. That's what he's trying to say.
My brother Taiwo, good to hear from you once again. Right. Thank you very much for the kind gesture of yesterday. It's a welcome development. We appreciate you. Everybody, we are sending our love. We're sending our warm affection to you. Thank you very much, Mr. Taiwo Odunlade.
This man is a balanced analyst. Taiwo was saying this, and we have King Smith saying, "Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy birthday to Tom and Jerry." There's Chima and Taiwo Odunlade. Yeah, they are Tom and Jerry, just like Mr. Kule and Mr. Lucky. Yeah, at his 10. All right, thank you so much for that, King Smith. He stays in UK. Nathaniel Abu, Mr. Man, evil happened before doesn't justify it. Even evil happened before doesn't justify it. We must learn to set good examples as a leader. That's what Nathaniel Abu has written here. And I'm also saying danger in the northern side is normal. Abi, Mr. Man, it's all about oil and money. There is killing in the north. A true Boko, that's Boko Haram. All right, I really appreciate your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. We hope to see you tomorrow.
It's a delight. Right. It's my pleasure. So you're welcome once again. Right. So thank you, viewers back home, our global audience, our global viewers. We appreciate you. Yeah, thank you for this wonderful opportunity given to us to be part of the program once again this morning. Thank you. We love you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. All right, thank you so much. But it was here before you. Authentic. I've been waiting. Except you want to take permission from me.
Just give me 2 minutes.
It depends on you.
Give me 2 minutes. Let me talk. I know they waste time. I don't like to. Thank you, my brother, for giving me that opportunity. Viewers, I thank you all. My name is Authentic General. Once more, I overheard my brother saying about democracy, that democracy is working. Over 25 years we've been practicing democracy. There's not, we are not, what is democracy? Government of the people, by the people. Is that not a democracy? A layman definition? Are we seeing that in Nigeria? Electoral reform, are we seeing that? When you talk of democracy working is when you say that this so person, Mike, you will become our governor. Mike, you will become our representative. Then everybody will come and say Mike. But you will see an individual will say no, Mike will not be. Despite the fact that the whole masses have said that we choose you. Is that democracy? I don't see any democracy. If you say the democracy, are we taking anything, the dividend of democracy? Over 25 years. Is there any dividend of the democracy? And you are there blowing grammar and telling us gradually, electoral reform is not working, nothing is working, gradually. But especially in Lagos State here, like all of us are residing. Are they doing the election properly? The way the election is supposed to be done? And they are telling us democracy. Election here in Nigeria is by selection. Is by choosing they choose whosoever.
Please, guys, we don't need to gag him. Please, we don't need to gag him. It's his own opinion. You understand? If you do that, you will send him away. He won't be able to come here again to speak. It's not like Mr. Kule. Mr. Kule is used to it. please, don't fight him, don't gag him. That's his own opinion. Mr. Kule has a thick skin, and he's used to the system.
Please, please, my viewers, I am telling you people how it is in Nigeria. All of us are seeing it. You understand? All of us are witnessing it. All of us are experiencing it. Raw. They are telling us democracy is working, democracy is working. Why we cannot see any dividend of democracy? See NEPA bill. We are paying through our nose. Everywhere, scarcity of everything. No food, nothing to eat. And government are there telling us democracy is working. Is that what you want to tell us about democracy? You are doing election, you are selective. You are being selective. You choose that this one will rule. You select it whoever will rule. That's why the masses are saying this is the person we want him to rule us. They are telling us democracy.
That's not the definition of democracy. That's not what democracy is all about.
That is not what democracy is. Government of the people, by the people, and of the people. Are we doing that? Are we seeing the dividend of democracy?
And are the people standing up against this evil in society?
Yes, we are standing up against them, but the government in power cannot allow you. Who are they? Okay, since when Tinubu took over now, who are those people now who come and say, we are protesting? Do you hear anything about protesting? If you say you want to protest, they will go after you. But all these are part of democracy. All these are part of democracy. You protest. This thing is not right. What are they doing that? They are doing that to make the government to know that this is not right. To sit up and do the needful. Don't want anybody to complain. Everybody to be, oh yes member, suffering and smiling. And they're telling us democracy.
All right, somebody saying that let's stop lying. Clarence Chidi, let's stop lying to ourselves that democracy is improving in Nigeria. Countries like South Africa and Ghana, whom we started before them, see where they are. Countries like South Africa and Ghana, we started democracy before. They are doing well.
You said it all. Look at Ghana. You've started democracy before Ghana. Look at South Africa. South Africa is not giving Nigeria visa anymore. If you don't have any legal and substantial business you want to do with them, they're not giving Nigeria. They don't even want to see Nigerians.
Somebody's asking you if you voted in the last election.
Yes. Yes, correctly.
Within yourself, are you sure?
I voted to my choice.
You sure you vote?
I voted to my choice.
Are you sure you?
But what he will ask me is my choice speaking? Is the choice of the Nigerians speaking? I voted to my choice. Likewise, every other person. But is our choice speaking? I tell you that election in Nigeria is by selection. They choose whosoever they want to put. It's not by saying that this is democracy.
All right,
practicing what is democracy.
Right.
They're not practicing it at all.
All right, that's
Because
nice.
watch Ghana that started yesterday. Everybody now, all Nigeria now want to go and live in Ghana. Look at South Africa. They started yesterday. And we are comparing, and we are saying we are improving. How long?
All right, thank you so much, Authentic General.
How long will you improve? Look at now, electoral reform. Where is it? One party system. They don't want to do one party system in Nigeria. Is that right?
All right, thank you so much.
It's a time.
Mr. Michael, please help use 30K to drink the continuation of birthday celebration of Udeze and Taiwo. All right, wow. Thank you so much, King Smith. Continuation, the celebration continues.
Okay, yesterday there was
this morning, celebration of ordinary Taiwo's birthday as well as Udeze, Chima's. So King Smith in the United Kingdom has said we should continue the celebration this morning, and I really appreciate you, King Smith. Thank you so much. We need to appreciate
what
King
do you
Smith this morning. Appreciation, please.
I appreciate King Smith. May God bless you and replenish your pocket. Thank you. May the Lord give you very much.
God bless.
Mike too, that is
Yeah.
coordinating us.
Yes,
God bless you too.
and it's honest.
All right, thank you so much. I
Yeah,
really
good
appreciate
morning,
it.
our
As-
viewers.
as-
My name is Aseyas. May the Lord Almighty bless you. All the celebrants, may God give you more celebration and grant to all of us more celebration in Jesus' name. Amen.
Which way Nigeria? Our democracy.
It's a question. Let me tell you, Mr. Mike. Let me tell you, Mr. Mike. I don't know. I prefer what fella said. Suffering and smiling. Nigerians we are suffering and smiling. And the fella said another thing. He said, if we don't fight for our rights, we will eat our excrement. We will eat our shit. God forbid. And what is going on today? We shouldn't chew our mouth. We should be realistic. Let me give you an example. For people who said democracy is working in Nigeria. Mr. Mike, if you bring a bucket of clean water and you put a drop of malt inside a clean water, will you still drink that water? The answer is no. You can't drink it. The water is already polluted. Anybody, any person who knows what is democracy will tell you democracy is not working, it's not improving in Nigeria. That's the truth. If you follow the way election is run in Nigeria, you will know that democracy is not improving at all. What is on is autocracy. Let us go at the other hand. At the other hand, see so many leaders that are coming up in Nigeria, or so many leaders that are coming up to lead Nigeria. Ask yourself if those leaders are our own choice. They are choice of godfathers. So many governors, local government chairmen, and so many of them are the choice of godfathers. It is godfathers that will choose a person and show to the public and say, vote to this person. Democracy is not run like that. A politician will work hard, even from a very lower level. The politician will work hard and make himself popular. And you become popular according to your hard work, the effect of your work on the people of your country. But here is that a person that you have never even heard his name, is only his God master that knows him, will say, look at him, he's a leader. And the masses will follow. Finally, the person will become governor or whatever. Democracy is not run like that. And when you come up as even elected a person, no matter how you were elected, our democracy, look what you are calling democracy. Our democracy will tell you to work under your godfather. If you disobey your godfather, my friend, you will no more be there. It's not democracy. It is not how democracy is run. I'm telling you, when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come up, honestly, I was happy. I said, at least this man will be able to change Nigeria.
As someone that is from the south.
Yeah,
right?
yes. It's from the south. And people were asking me, some people were very, very annoyed with me. Why I said no. To start, this man is from the south. This man doesn't have any godfather, as what I know. Nobody can tell me that environment or people who surrender Tinubu can influence the decision of Tinubu. They can give advice, and Mr. President will choose the best and give Nigeria the best. But today, I'm asking myself if I made a mistake to say what I said in the past. But I still think that there's still hope Okay. Because there is at least more 2 years. But what is going on in Port Harcourt, I was not in support at all. I was not in support. The sanction on the city and on the government. I keep on saying it.
Okay.
We wouldn't have reached at this level. We would have done something in order not to fall into this hole.
Okay.
And finally, we are there.
Okay.
They were, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mike, yeah, trust me.
All right, thank you so much. Oluwawan of Ogala, you're welcome on the program.
Good morning, you are blessed. Good
All
morning
right.
to our viewers. Say more thank you for what you have been doing to us, and God continue to help you. We are celebrating we are still celebrating the birthday of our Tom and Jerry. That is Odula Day and Odesi Chima. We are very happy. We are very in a good mood, and more years to your able. And we are thanking you for everything you have been doing. Thank you for yesterday.
Where are you going after the program?
After this program, if that's a team I want to celebrate his birthday, I would like it. Anyway,
We are celebrating it.
No, we are continuing.
Continuation. Where were you yesterday?
I was here.
Continuation.
I was not around.
No, continuation.
But I will drink rich way.
Yes.
I don't deny.
Wow.
Femi meet me say I will.
A government that switched everybody, but now I don't think we enjoy it in this side of the world. So we are not happy with it.
Thank you so much, Oluwawan. Okay. I think we are still live. Let me check. I don't know if you are still live. Let me see if you are still live so that others can continue with the program. Okay. I think we are still live. All right. Okay, thank you so much. So, what do you think that should be done to restore our democracy?
See, the present president, the present administration, they still have time to change situation. See what is happening in Port Harcourt. That is not democracy. See, let us change the orientation of what we call democracy. Real democracy is not what we are seeing here. So the president, we are begging him to please change the hierarchy of the world. Let democracy have effect in our life because we don't have it now.
All right. Thank you so much, Oluwawan. I really appreciate it. All right.
I think should I allow him so that I'll be the last person?
This thing is giving.
Okay, it's giving him problem.
No.
Can go together.
No issues.
Okay.
It's the heat. I'm taking it out of this place. No problem.
Okay.
Can go together.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Auntie Esther. Auntie Esther, I'm greeting you. Auntie Nkechi. Mommy Nkechi, I'm greeting you, all of you. Happy birthday, Taiwo Odunlade. Happy birthday, Udeze Chima. Happy birthday in advance, all of you that we do it very soon. But let us know so that we will rejoice with you.
Everybody,
stay tuned. You are all highly honored, respected by us.
It's not easy, using data and that thing, watching us every morning. It's not sleeping. Actually, I gave you crudo. You will live long. You will not die.
All right, thank you so much. Since Obasanjo has spoken, Obi has spoken, some other politicians that democracy has failed. What should be the next option for us?
I think by coming out to voice out, telling the whole world that democracy has failed in Nigeria, it means that Tinubu is not getting it right. It means that Nigerian politicians' transition to civil rule that started 1993 and succeeded in 1999 is now a failure in Nigeria. That's what it means. See, indirectly, they are inviting another military adventurism in Nigeria. Military intervention. Then if you know actually it has failed, the only option is the military. I'm telling you, to come and voice out, I read it this morning. Yes, Obasanjo. There's another politician too. They came out, it is written boldly on the newspaper. Nigerian democracy is failing, not ailing. Ailing meaning say is weak, is sick, is feeble, but is failing. Failure meaning we are not capable. Civilians in Nigeria, Mike, civilian regime. If you are asked now, because I know say we go down mature small during Abdul Salam Abubakar. Sorry, Abdul Salam Abubakar. the last military man in Nigeria. I don't say go don't mature. How did you feel that time? We felt okay. Then during Abacha regime, I know say go don't at least he sabi something then. Babangida, how do you feel? How did you feel then? You see the Nigeria working that time. Then how do you compare that time to now? In regard of dollar equivalence to naira. Dollars equivalent to naira during Babangida regime. Dollars equivalent to naira during Abacha regime. Abacha worked hard to fight the West. Abacha worked hard to fight dollars. I don't know what to understand. Yep. So what I'm trying to say is that when you come out as politicians, as civilians, that are in charge of this present dispensation in Nigeria, that's democracy, and you are telling the world that you have failed, you are indirectly inviting the military. No, I'm saying the truth. Because such is a dangerous statement. It means we are not capable. Yes. The government is failing. We are not competent. We are clueless. Nigerians are not enjoying good governance or dividend of democracy. I don't know what to understand. We can't be saying it and still expect the khaki boys not to come back. The khaki boys are watching.
We want the khaki boys to come.
Mike, if you look at my opinion, I tell you that after Yaradua Jonathan, Nigeria, if you ask me if Nigeria is a food, like the food where I like swallow, if I put Nigeria in the mouth to swallow it, because my favorite na swallow, I will vomit it. From 2015, Nigeria has failed till date.
2015.
Honestly speaking,
not under this.
No, Buhari has failed. Tinubu came and continue where he stopped and failed they go. Maybe Tinubu started now. Buhari failed. Tinubu started where he stopped, as he promised us. Failing. That's bad.
2015 was that was the end of Jonathan's regime.
Inception of Buhari's regime.
End of Jonathan's regime and
inception of APC regime in Nigeria. And that is where failure started. I don't know what to understand.
Are you in support of what reference?
Anyway,
does it start with Tinubu? Started with Buhari.
Anyway, for me, what is democracy first? Let's define say what is democracy. Democracy is freedom, and people at least can work, can eat, light, security, and other social amenities. Is that not so? That is democracy. But you should understand now, sir, if you have your children, you don't give them food, you don't give them water, you don't take them to school, what are they going to call you? They'll say, Father, you are paid. That is it.
You're a bad father.
Yes, you're a bad father.
Terrible father.
You're a terrible father. So now, first of all, let's check those people who said democracy has failed. Obasanjo, Kukah, and
Tambuwal and the likes.
Are people who are government, who are being government. So for them to come out and say democracy has failed, if you check all of them, the only person there can say, okay, I've done what I'm going to say, Bishop Kukah. He has been speaking, whether Jonathan, whether Buhari, whether this
Babangida,
he has been speaking. Then Obi too is another good person. But Tambuwal and Obasanjo, all of them, take them their own tenor. What happened in their own tenor, I know. But what I'm saying, why people are shouting that democracy has failed because of Tinubu government, he has not been able to give us Nigeria what they want. That's why they are not criticizing him. Now, if I come out to say democracy has failed, nobody will listen to me. I don't have this thing is generating a lot of talk. So for them to come out and say democracy has failed, what now my own? What is the solution? Tinubu need to sit down. Why they say democracy has failed? Judiciary is nowhere to be. I don't understand me. Judiciary, I be pocket, INEC, I be pocket, and some of this law, I be pocket. So actually, that's why they are coming out to say democracy has failed. But my own is that, sir, what is the solution? What is the solution? Those who are still mapping up article
this who are coming up, how are you sure they are going to take us to Eldorado? So we should look back and check South Africa, check Ghana, and check some of these countries where democracy works. For me, they said democracy is not working. For me, I see it under this government because people are not, where they're supposed to be. They are not feeling the democracy. Yeah. That's why they say democracy is not working. For all these big men who have Obasanjo, Kukah, all of them, they don't have any problem. They have everything they need. If people like God are supposed to be saying democracy is not working, it's not working. For me, I agree with them.
Rafa, how can we make it work? How can we make it work? The way now that we are going into 2027 election, of course, this is 2025, I know that. But now that we are moving into another election, how can we ensure that our democracy works?
Our democracy should work when we do the right thing. I mean, with the electorates, the people that are casting the vote, Nigerians. The way we make choice, the way we work hard to change Nigeria. Our democracy will not work when I wake up early in the morning, sleep, bath, eat, sleep, bath. I won't contribute my own quota to make it work. Our democracy is not working. We should not all be, very, very lazy, sitting down, contributing nothing into the centrality. How do we do that? There's a way we sensitize people, like what we are doing now. Like myself, I engage myself on saying telling the whole world where it is right and where it is wrong. I'm contributing my own on sensitizing people on who can do it best and who cannot do it best. I'm sensitizing people like the Southerners. You are not coming together at all. You are not playing cohesive politics in the Southern Nigeria. The Northern Nigerians are more cohesive, more unified than you, Southerners. How do I mean it? There is what is called Northern Agenda today that Nigerians don't know. The meaning of Northern Agenda, my brothers, listen good. Northern Agenda is on the education level or sector. Students in the North are receiving that bursary award, that bursary that reigned in 80s when they want to be paying students in the South. They manage it how many months in Southern Nigeria? That was when 20 naira, 40 naira was money. They did this bursary in 70s during Gowon regime all over the country. Until when they stop it, Northern Agenda started. They now, among themselves, in Nigerian government, agreed that students, locals, youths in the North, they will be disbursing money among them for them to go school, and actually they did it. If you don't go school, if you ask a Northern youth, come to school, they go say, no, I don't go school. Western education is evil. From where Boko Haram today springs up, they are paying the Northern youths. They are paying Northern students, even during our time. Currently, Niger State, for example, I met a friend. He was telling me that Tinubu is doing well. Listen, now sorry I dey talk. Before when I kill me, I not thought say Tinubu is doing well. Now my friend from Niger State tell me. I said, okay, make I learn from you, brother. What happened? He said, Northern Agenda Tinubu promised them that Tinubu is doing it, is fulfilling it. I said, what do you mean by Northern Agenda? Because I've been hearing it. I say, how? He said, retired elderly men in Niger State are receiving 25,000 naira, 20,000 naira, respectively, every month. I say, how current? He said, what do I mean? In this Nigeria, I say, yes. Well-educated man. He don't serve his youth copper. Finish. Listen, Mike, this morning, I met a guy here. I said, bros, come. You look like, he said, yeah, he said, you come from Mid-Belt. I said, where? He said, Niger State. So thing. He finished the story here for me. Where is that brother that was around? He said it is going on. He said all the governors in the North, allocation given to them, they are using it well on their use, on their elderly, they are paying them money. He said all the governors in the South, where are the allocations going? That they could not pay the youths Leave the youth alone. Ordinary students in the southern Nigeria, they could not pay them social security. That northern agenda means social security payment. They are paying it to these people. Still, these people are not satisfied. Shouting Boko Haram, bandits, bandits. While they are receiving this money, donkey years, it is still works currently. It was a great surprise to me. Because when that mid-belt guy said it, I was saying, Hausa na Hausa. You know, my mind, I say, from that mid-belt to the Sahara Desert, na Hausa. Someone confirm it here. They pay. Northern agenda is very, very, let me say, big, very large. If you expand Northern agenda, there are many things within. It is real. They are benefiting. These people you see. These people you see are feeding on our resources. And we, the Southerners, the owner of the resources, don't love ourselves. Niger Delta youths. Chobina Amnesty, they call them. Thank you. Not call their own. Northern agenda. And all of them. The only Niger Deltas are receiving this money. And because they are carrying guns to protest, they scare government. That's why they are paying them in the south. No Anambra youth is receiving salary. No Imo youth is receiving. No Anambra old man is receiving money. Listen, let me say it. The people in my community, the people in my region that are receiving money from the billionaires that have decided to pay from their hand-earned money. They are paying elderly in various communities in Igbo land is from the billionaires, so not state governor. State governors, the allocation they receive from the federal go into their private purses. Lucky. Do you have anything to say? Those governors in those states, are they paying your elders and their youths?
I'm in Niger Delta. I'm not receiving anything. My brothers there, they are not receiving anything. But who do you blame? Sir, who do you blame?
I blame Southeastern governors.
That is it.
I blame Southwestern governors.
We don't love
Southwestern governors, they have chop. Sonwolu don't chop. Sonwolu don't chop. Sote, he pochu the speaker. He put in hand the speaker of Basa. Sonwolu pochua. Carry toothpicks where they killing the one where he chop for his teeth. Obasa come back. Do am, huh? He say, ho. Obasanjo say, how did you plan this? He raised his hand, saying hand, no day. Yeah. Obasa is back.
All right, let's quickly go to
the comment
section.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go to the comment section and see what Nnamdi or Anuzi in Netherlands is saying. Some dash always calling Tinubu champion of democracy. How and when someone who was attacking military government just for MKO to become president, so that MKO should appoint him as a minister. All right? The only thing remaining in Nigerian democracy is the name. Other components have failed. Other components have failed.
That's what I said now.
Mr. Raf, do you think the people of Nigeria can put an end to all this corruption? Omoregbe,
it's been over. It's been over, my man.
It's been over.
We are the one that can bring it to a halt.
Go yourself,
abrupt halt. If we as Nigerians, civilians, common man, youth, could what? Join hands together. Love Yoruba, love Edo, love Bini, love Yichakiri, love Isoko, love Urobo, love Igbo, love Efik, Ibibio. That is when we could achieve it. Omoregbe.
Who did you vote? Let him be sincere with himself.
I voted
Nnamdi. Anusi is asking me.
He's asking me. Nnamdi. I voted Obi in the sense that I'm from Anambra State. I'm from Anambra State. I voted him because I know the potentials in the young man. I did not vote him because he is an Igbo man. I voted him because he is competent. The work he did in Anambra State. That's it. And then Nnamonde, listen, let me tell you my true confession. Obi won an election, we gave him the mandate. He did not follow up. Obi was scared by Tinubu's, the APCs. They scared him. He ran away. That is where my annoyance is now. Yeah. Obi did well in Anambra State. Obi equipped the whole secondary schools in Anambra State. Obi did well. That's why I voted him. And I believe that up to federal level, he could perform. That's why I gave him my vote.
I think
It did not based on tribalism.
Sir, my own is that Nigeria has been divided. I won't lie.
Do you think Obi would have been more democratic than Tinubu?
Obi would have been more and more
If he was the president.
Yes, Obi would have been more and more democratic than Tinubu. Why? One, no Igbo man has been given that vote before in Nigeria. Two, the Yoruba we know, they voted Obi the more. And for Obi to actually, compensate them, I think he would have done well. Not based on tribalism. Obi would have been a Democrat. The Hausas in the Mid-Belt, they voted Obi vehemently, overwhelmingly, and to actually compensate these people, Obi would have been a good Democrat. He would have at least respect democracy. Obi would have done well. I'm telling you, mark my word. Go to Anambra State and see. Go to many companies he runs. You will love. If you go to Fidelity Bank today, you will love banking. Obi is the owner of Fidelity Bank.
Some of you saying Tinubu fought for democracy are ignorant. You don't know when someone is fighting for power and fighting for freedom.
Yes, Tinubu did not fight for democracy. Why? If he fought for democracy, actually, he wouldn't have said, I did not believe in one Nigeria in 1997 against Abacha regime when he was working with Nadeko. Abacha pursued him, he run into London on exile. He was once exiled.
Even the Americans are still having problems with their democracy. Our major problem is governance. And I can only call out our governors and bad civil servants.
What Odunlade said is true. What Odunlade said is true.
You are right.
Odunlade said the truth. Listen, they have problem with their democracy, but they still remain the strongest democratic society in the world. In our present world is the American system that is the most, democratic. They follow people's voice. They don't turn their back on people's voice. Odunlade, if anything happens to an American in Nigeria, that is when you will know whether they are a democratic society or not.
Let me say
an American was kidnapped into the forest of Sokoto. We've seen how American Marine went there, flew into Sokoto, rescued him, killing Nigerian kidnappers 6, leaving only one to tell the story. Nigerian man has been killed all over China, all over America. Nobody asks why. We have ambassadors and high commissioners all over the world. They don't care. Is that what we call democracy? America is not having issue with democracy.
All right,
okay, sorry. Hold on. What I want to say is that see, we didn't love ourselves. Nigeria don't love themselves. I won't lie. We have divided. So the only way now is for us to come together. We are divided, and if people, as you said it, that if Obi have won that election, do you think Obi could have do better than Tinubu? Let me give you an example. I'm from Edo State. I won't lie. I voted for PDP, and Obi won, and Bola Tinubu was declared. Now, if Obi have taken that mandate, Obi is a business person. Business. You know our problem? Management. Do you remember when the party came in? Said, look, all this importation, lock the border. And he mop up money to farmer from the north to produce food. What happens, sir, for 8 years? Now, Bola Tinubu come as a southerner. Say, whether Obio, whether Tinubu, at least we have a southern person. That border should be open. If you open border, we sell food.